Greetings, I'm Mr. K.
And I'm Mrs. K.
We're a couple hailing from the city of New York that loves to travel and explore.
We would like to invite you to join us as we experience new and exciting things in life.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's another beautiful day here in Miami, Florida, and we have some great things planned. We're going to explore Miami Beach, head to the Wynwood Walls. These are some of the more popular places that came up when we researched, and can't wait. Let's get going.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We are at Miami Beach, the South Beach. It doesn't really need a lot of introduction here. I think everyone is very well known for this place in Miami.
So yeah, I mean, it attracts the rich and famous, the young and trendy. It's got a lot of bars, clubs. So I mean, that's the attraction right there. And also the beaches is just pristine all year round, you know. But Miami Beach is more than that. You've got like the food, you got great art, you got awesome culture,
Historical buildings.
Yep. So let's just explore this area and bring you guys along. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're currently at the Art Deco District of Miami Beach. It's a design and architectural kind of style, and we're just going to explore this area.
Let's go check it out.
So like I said before, the Art Deco is a architectural, visual arts, and I guess like a design style. It first emerged around the 20s and 30s. I believe it's the first real kind of international style, accepted by all different nations. It really took over like the Art Nouveau era. So a lot of its characteristics are really like clean, sleek, real geometrical shapes. It has a real streamlined look. Some notable Art Deco architecture around the world. Most famously, probably like the Chrysler Building in New York City, or even Rockefeller Center. City Hall in LA, I believe. And even like Batman, the Batmobile. From Tim Burton's Batman, actually. And since then, it really took over South Beach, Miami in the 30s. And at one point, there was about 800 different buildings, up until probably World War II, where it kind of fell out of fashion. And because there was many years of neglect, they wanted to demolish this area. But there's a woman named Barbara handicapped man. She really wanted to preserve this area, so she really kept this place alive. Now Art Deco District is here because of her, so let's thank her. So as you can see, it's all very well kept, very lively, especially at night. In my opinion, it kind of reminds me of GTA, like Vice City. And if you're a movie buff, the infamous Scarface scene where Tony Montana makes a deal, that was here as well, Ocean Drive. We definitely recommend coming here, especially if you like design and Art Deco, get a real sense of like what Miami really was back then. So we decided to eat at a place called Folie. It looks really good. It serves French fare, some real French vibes here. It definitely makes me think of our time in Paris. It's like a bistro. So I had ordered the ham and butter on a baguette. This baguette looks really crispy. I love this type of bread. And a side of pickles and salad. So we're currently at Espanola Way. And this area is really just a historic Spanish district. The buildings really resemble more of like the buildings in Europe. You definitely have that European flair. You see the Spanish tile roofs. And supposedly you can find flamenco and salsa dancing maybe throughout the day, if not at night. It's fascinating to see the stark difference from like the Espanola Way and just the Miami Beach area. But I think it might be because we're here during the day and not at night. Right, we just got to the Wynwood Wall area and we're just gonna explore this place.
It is a time ticket, so you do have to get a ticket ahead of time, but we're excited to see what's inside. Let's go.
Let's go. See, this is Cobra Street Art. He's done a bunch of stuff in New York and Brazil, all around the world and stuff. Wynwood Walls itself isn't super big. I think we were able to walk around this and see everything in maybe like 20 minutes. It's not that bad. It's really just outside that's like the attraction. But I think it's more than just in here. Seed is a French-Tunisian street artist. A lot of his artwork is inspired by the Arabic language, and it shows. It's absolutely beautiful. I think he was commissioned for one of my favorite artists, Brother Ali. He did All the Beauty in This World, the album cover for that album. And now this is Shepard Fairey, who did the infamous Old Bay. Some good stuff. There's also a few indoor galleries. This one towards the main entrance, it houses a bunch of different stuff from the artists that are being curated here. So you get like Tristan Eaton, Wrong English, LC, Cryptic, Fail, Shepard Fairey, Queen, Andrea. So just a bunch of different artists that are being curated here. You get some other smaller works in this gallery. It's definitely worth checking out. Well, that concludes our Wynwood Walls portion of our video. We're gonna head to our next spot. Let's go. Hey guys, so we're back in New York City and we didn't make a proper closing for this video because of a silly mistake
that you make. Andrew usually takes the charge of parking, so I wasn't paying attention to it.
Here's the story. We got to Wynwood Walls and we parked outside. I took a glance at the sign and just parked. Didn't fully take the time out to read it.
And then we spent a day in Wynwood Walls. We spent about 3 hours in there. We really took our time. We came back to our rental car being towed away. Lucky and unluckily, the cop was still there and she was friendly enough to give us the contact and the address, and she told us our car was towed away literally 5 minutes ago.
So we got an Uber and we sped to the impound lot. Basically, the rest of our day was completely shot. And at this point, we were completely nervous just because we weren't sure if we were going to get our car back or not. We saw the signs that they had and it said that they require 2 forms of ID and it has to match the registration on the car. But it was a rental. So we weren't exactly sure how that was going to go. We waited a long time because there was so many people, and that wait made it even worse because again we weren't sure if we were going to get the car back. And then we started reading online situations that didn't really help the cause just because it was the worst of the worst. They basically said we're never going to see the car and we'd have to pay a crazy fee on top of that. And at this point, this is the second full day in Miami. And if we didn't have a car, then our plans going forward was completely ruined.
So because of a pandemic, they only allowed one of us to go in, and the renter's agreement was under Andrew's name, so he had to go in. I was really nervous because they shut the door, there were no windows, and I had no idea what's gonna happen in there. And Andrew has not responded any of my texts. So all I could do was be worried, waiting outside, and hope for the best.
So I finally got to tell her, and they requested to see my ID along with the renter's agreement, which I had in the car, and they were nice enough to let me get. It took them a while, but they were able to release the car to me with a $150 fee, on top of the $300 tickets that we accumulated while parked. But at that point, I would have paid $3,000 to get the car back.
I would not. So after about 2 hours at the impound lot, we finally get our car back and we're on our way home. The moral of the story is that carefully read parking signs and don't be stupid like us.
All things considered, I think we were pretty lucky because things could have been a lot worse.
Agree.
And I've heard a lot of terrible stories. So, all in all, I consider ourselves pretty lucky. So our question to you now is, what was the worst thing that's happened to you while you were traveling? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit that bell notification for future updates.
See you in the next video. Bye!